welcome. I'm Prachi Gupta, and you are watching today's edition of our COVID 19 bulletin, where we bring you daily updates on the scientific efforts being undertaken in the country to fight the dreaded coronavirus pandemic. In the absence of any certain medicine and vaccine against coronavirus, the government is appealing to citizens to follow social distancing to contain the spread of the pandemic. Now that many states in India have given relaxation in lockdown rules, people will be seen coming out of their homes and traveling from one place to another. Keeping this in mind, the CSIR Central Road Research Institute or CRRI has come up with guidelines for public transport and feeder modes, which would ensure compliance with social distancing norms. These guidelines were released by the Minister of Science and Technology, Earth Sciences and Health and Family Welfare, Dr. Harshvardhan, on Monday. Let's know more about these guidelines from Dr. Ravinder Kumar, who is a senior scientist at CSIR CRRI.
Suggested various measures like for buses, if you are entering to the buses, you should build a queue. You should have the advanced ticketing so that you can avoid the touching to the driver or conductor, advanced ticketing methods. And in bus also you can have the different segregation of the seated so that you are not going to touch, and you should have the separate gate of boarding and alighting. Similarly for metro also, while taking the tickets and when we are going on the accelerator, you should not touch the guardrails and all, so that, and even the while moving on the accelerator, you should maintain the at least 5 steps between one person to other. Similarly for e-rickshaws and taxis, the many of the countries, they are using the plastic seats to separate the drivers from the passengers, and so one passenger can sit at the back in the auto rickshaws, and that can be separated by the plastic seat, and that again there should be the e-payment method so that there is no touch of the driver. uh, Similarly, for e-rickshaws, you can use this separation system so that the person who are sitting together, they can sit with the separation of the seats. Apart from that, where there is large queue of the pedestrian, there should be proper marking of the pedestrian, keeping the distance, or some stickers should be there so that people follow those stickers one by one and keeping the social distancing norms. Apart from that, we have to see that segregated timing of the working hours as well as supply of the public transportation system. We should allow more number of auto rickshaws or taxis for small shorter trips, where or e-rickshaws can be allowed with the shorter trips, but with maintaining the social distancing. And the buses service and all, that also can be staggered during this, so that the rushes or demand of the supply side can be managed. Already Ministry of Home Affairs has given guideline to go to the office in segregated hours, so that should be followed, as well as it should be it should be understood that the supply side, like bus transport system, is also available during that period. Normally what happens, if we start at 8 o'clock, there is very less supply of the buses, so that has to be taken care by the bus operators. Similarly, the dwelling time, when waiting time to the board the buses or board the metros, that has to be increased a little bit, because the people are coming in queue, so they have to wait. So waiting time for the buses to allow the passengers in the bus or metros should be increased. So these are the different guidelines for the all types of the transportation systems, especially for urban area. We have prepared.
The Biotechnology Industry Research Assistance Council, or BIRAC, which is a non-profit public enterprise set up by the Department of Biotechnology, has been funding various startups which have been working on innovative solutions to fight the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. A BIRAC funded startup named Credible Health Private Limited has developed an equipment named Lung IQ, which can diagnose various lung problems. Let's hear more about Lung IQ from Mr. Sutirth Vaidya, who is a CEO of the Bangalore based startup Credible Health.
So Lung IQ is a technology that's been built at Credible Health. It's basically a technology that uses deep learning or artificial intelligence to interpret CT scan images, which are basically like 3D X-rays of your lung, to detect, diagnose, and quantify COVID-19 findings in your lung. So the technology as such is something that can detect a variety of different conditions from within your lung. However, what we've done over the past few months is modify and refine Lung IQ to be able to detect and quantify specific COVID-19 findings from a CT scan. How this helps, specifically in COVID-19 mitigation or care, is that every time a scan is taken, today an RT-PCR test or a diagnostics test can only tell you if it's positive or negative. But to know the severity of the condition, you need a CT scan or you need a radiology image. That software combined with CT scan can provide a patient with the percentage number of how bad this is. 20%, 40% is over 80% of the lung affected. And this helps you monitor the patient time over time. Every few weeks you can check how is the patient's health status or COVID-19 burden in the lung changing over time, and is he improving to treatment. And so this we think will be very useful for hospitals and doctors to plan resources for their patients, decide which patients need admission, which patients need ICU, which patients need ventilation. And that's how Lung IQ is being used for COVID-19 today.
Muse Wearables, which is a startup incubated at the Indian Institute of Technology or IIT Madras, is developing an antimicrobial nanocoating and coating machine to evade the coronavirus. This antimicrobial coating inactivates microbes, including coronavirus, on contact. These coatings can be used in textiles, which can be used for manufacturing N95 masks, surgical masks, personal protective equipment or PPE, and food packaging bags. The PPE made with this fabric is reusable and can be washed up to 60 times before it loses its antimicrobial activity. This makes it affordable and environment friendly. The coating machine developed by the team can coat up to 100 meters of fabric within a few minutes and can be used for commercial production of the nano coated fabric. The startup is also partnering with a mask manufacturing company to launch 5 lead antiviral N95 masks at an estimated price of 300 rupees per piece. Let's hear about these innovations from Mr. Sai Prasant, who is the CEO of Muse Wearable.
We have developed a machine which can coat certain nanoparticles on textiles in a large scale, so that when a coronavirus comes in contact with these textiles, the textiles will have the capability to inactivate the coronavirus. So in the last couple of months, there was research done across the world which showed the stability of coronavirus on different surfaces and its decay rate on different surfaces. So there is research done to understand, okay, how long will it stay on a specific surface. So in that research, there were some good insights that were provided. And in few of the surfaces, the coronavirus was decaying at very fast rate. So we understood the mechanism of that faster decay of coronavirus. And then we used similar principles, and we we developed certain nanoparticle solutions which can actually amplify that mechanism. And if coated on the textiles, they can actually inactivate the coronavirus permanently. So the main difference, I would say, is doing this at a scale, so that this can be utilized in mass manufacturing of masks or mass manufacturing of PP equipment or any kind of a textile. And the pilot machine will be assembled. The assembly of the pilot machine will be completed this week, and we will be able to start coating our textiles. And from next week, we are looking to partner with labs which can actually test the real efficacy of our textiles on the coronavirus. So for that, we need a grade 3 kind of labs to test the efficacies.
That is all for today. We will be back with another edition of COVID-19 Bulletin soon. Till then, stay safe. Namaskar.